Hi. Hello, community. This is Dr. Jessie, Resonant Frequency Medicine, and I'm so excited to introduce to you my younger sister, Lexi Tierney, who is going to be creating something that I've been hoping for maybe a couple of years now since I started working with the PEMFs. And it is a pouch that carries the PEMF and can hook it onto a stall or the headboard of your bed or the the grates of a cage. And so anyway, I wanted to introduce Lexi first, and then we're going to show you the prototype that she first worked on and talk about maybe some ways to improve it. And if you have any suggestions or ideas or thoughts about how to make this thing awesome, that's what we're doing this for. We want to hear from you and make sure that we make this product really just meet all the needs that might be out there. So anyway, Lexi, do you want to introduce yourself and maybe just talk a tiny bit about your background in sewing?
Sure, yeah. I've been sewing for many years. Mom taught me how, using her old sewing machine from college. So that was really cool. And yeah, I do have a special place in my heart for like crafty things. I'm a seamstress slash tailor by trade, but I do like especially creating bags. I don't know why. So this is like one of my favorite things to make. And what's really unique about this is like the ways of customizing it can be really unique to whatever situation that we're adapting it for. Like you had mentioned, I'm imagining, hooking it onto cages at an animal hospital, hooking it onto a cage at your house. Um, from that to like Jesse mentioned, stalls. Um, I mean, yeah, the headboard of your bed. If you're someone who tosses and turns, you don't necessarily want to be like choking yourself with your cord in the middle of the night. So yeah, all of these are like great ways. And I also think it's like a cool way of like personalizing it too, because not to say that the original design is wonderful. But we could always embellish it with some personal touches that make it feel more like yours, right?
Yes, awesome. So let's just cut to the chase. Can you show it the pouch, the prototype of the pouch?
Yeah. So the idea behind this was to make something that would be able to protect your actual unit. Like, you of course use this for yourself, but when you're using it for your pets, or in a situation where it could get dusty, it could get dirty, whatever, we wanted something that would protect it, and also keep your pets or yourself, like while you're sleeping, that's just genius, from messing with it. So I had sourced a material that was 100% cotton.
Let me interrupt you. Hold on.
Okay.
Because I've had people whose baby puked on their unit, whose horse grabbed it and dunked it in the water bucket, and who there are some situations where the horse has like an outdoor setting, and maybe the place that they can hang it requires that this thing is waterproof or at least water resistant. So yeah, anyway, so we wanted to meet the needs of that. And this thing is, like we said, it's great. And mine is like very well loved, you can see here. And even for me at the clinic, like hanging this right next to the table, instead of what I've been doing is like tucking it in somebody's shirt, but then it's like I have to sanitize it every time between patients. And if I could just hook it on the edge of my massage table or on the edge of one of my like little treatment buggies, if I could like hang it right here as it's right next to the table, that's gonna be able to deliver the pulsed electromagnetic field current really easily. Okay, so continue. I interrupted you.
Oh no, no, it's all good. So yeah, the wax that's used to make something like 100% cotton canvas, water resistant and dust resistant, is also natural. So that's really cool. And it's something that like you've probably seen it on, if you've seen like a Carhartt jacket or something like that, where the rain will just kind of bead off of it. So it's naturally resistant like that, which is really cool. So that was kind of the idea. Still working on like a completely waterproof for like a dunking scenario, but we'll get to that. I think with securing it somewhere, yeah, I have ideas. I have a lot of different ideas about pet proofing.
I do think
Yeah.
that if it was able to hook onto a stall with like a double-sided clip or a carabiner, that would prevent the dunking situation too. So I think that's a
Right, right. And then, like my mind, because I have dogs, my mind goes to you have a sick pet, you put it on their cage, they start feeling better, and then they're like, oh, what's this thing? I'm gonna pull it through my crate and start chewing on it. We don't want that either. So we're coming up like something like this. I feel like you could, and this was just a thought I had. There used to be this spray, you could spray it on like cabinets and stuff like that to deter dogs from chewing on it. You could spray that like nasty tasting stuff on this pouch rather than the thing that you like put next to your body. And then the pouch is protected and your unit's inside of it, but then you can take your unit out and you're still okay to use it for your purposes. So that was my like dog proofing idea.
I love that. Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Fantastic. And then can you talk a little bit about, we talked a bit about adding D-rings instead of just
Yeah.
hooking right through. Can you sh can do you
Yeah.
have
I have D-rings. Hang on one second.
okay.
Yeah. So, there's this is called a lobster clamp. I don't know if you can see it very nicely. But it has like a D-ring attached to it. Now this would be nice if you're using it like I would say in a hospital setting, like for an animal hospital or something, or for a cat, or something like that. But I probably wouldn't use this. I mean, my dogs I could trust with it, but like I don't know if I would trust every because it's not super sturdy, but like the idea is there, right? So you could obviously get like this is just what I have. You could get a sturdier version of this if someone is looking for, this type of design. But what I was thinking was adding like a nice D ring. And that would be, and of course hindsight is 2020. I like whipped this together yesterday. So like the D ring would be, right on there. And then you can hook, the carabiner or, the double-sided clip or whatever is your preference. And maybe you already have things attached to the stall that you would just clip this to. I don't know, whatever. We have options. But yeah, so we're evolving the ideas.
I love it. I think the D-ring actually solves a lot of the problems. I know we've been like talking back and forth about getting like a sort of like an L-shaped hook thing, and it was just getting so complicated. And if you just have, and I do think a sturdier, like maybe even larger than the one that you have here, a slightly larger D-ring that's like thick and hefty, and then people can like create whatever type of fastener situation that they need because some people are going to need a larger, circumference of their hook or their clamp or whatever it is. So I think that's awesome. And then I was also thinking, um, maybe for some of the models, we would do a D-ring hook on top and bottom. If we, I don't, there might be an instance where someone needs a little bit more of a secure situation.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, for sure. So I do want to talk a little bit, if you'll allow me, about the original design. Okay, so like the original design of the pouch, it's actually one piece. Like there is no seam on the top and there is no seam on the bottom. So like it was one piece. There are seams on the side, but I did that on purpose so that in case a horse is playing in their water bucket, we're gonna have like so the more seams you have, the less waterproof it is, right? And I can absolutely I could seam this up. And I already like I don't like the way this looks on the back, like the way I attached the tabs. It just doesn't look at nice. It would look nice if I had like a little seam right here that I attached it into. But again, a seam creates a point of entry for water. And yes, I can always add some waterproofing to it. I'm just still learning about that process. Apparently, it can be volatile to create the wax that makes it water resistant. So I'm not a pyro by nature, so we're working on that. But that's a thing too. Like everything that I have researched about waterproofing canvas comes down to you sew it first and then you like re-wax it almost so that you get all of those seams. So that was why I originally did it this way because I wanted the least amount of seams possible. Um, so that was the idea, anywho's. And it is a lapped zipper, which means there's a little covering on it. So, you know, right now, Jessie had pointed out to me, and I think I completely agree, it needs to be just a little bit longer so we don't have so much of the potential for the zipper to be exposed. Right now, it's literally covering exactly the amount of the zipper, and not a centimeter more. So I think I would want to fix that just so it looks a little nicer. Like you can even tell on the very end, it doesn't even have enough overlap to like cover the zipper pull. So
I
um, you
see
know,
that. Yeah. And yeah, you could make that as long as you want to, right? We could double the length of that lapped zipper.
yeah, and I mean, I think there's a happy medium for sure. Because I think if it's too much of an overhang, you're going to have a struggle getting into this like opening to open it. So like right now, it's a really like even though it's a metal zipper, it's a really nice slide. Whatever, and it fits really nicely in there. So like the size of the pouch for like putting this in is really, really good size. But even still, like I'll just kind of fold over the excess here. Like we have a lot of extra room. Now I did that on purpose because I know that there is now an amplifier. Not everybody has like the same size, phone. I have like a tiny little, yeah, so there's the amplifier. We want to make sure there's ample room for the amplifier. Yeah.
Plus the phone, right? Like,
I did make it a little bit bigger, but I still do think that I could cut it back by this much and you would still have plenty of room. So again, like this much. So again, tweaking it, obviously. And then probably the most exciting part, if I can talk about this. I'm just gonna tease you.
I'm so
I have
excited.
I have some dog cotton canvas, right?
Precious.
Right? And so, like, how cool would that be to have your little dog's PEMF pouch in dog material? Okay. So
So
yeah,
adorable. So
the
adorable.
customization is coming, right?
Awesome. Love
Yeah.
it. Yeah, and some people might be really into like the classic waxed canvas look. I feel like as a horse person, like that would be my preference. I like that style. But then yeah, you could, I mean, there's like so far you could take this with the customization of it too. So can we ask a couple, like you and I just come up with some questions to ask people about what they want out of this and we're so open to hearing your feedback. Like, how can we make this really, really good? Because that's the beauty of like me working with my sister to do this. We can do anything you guys want. So what do you think about the size of it? Like, is a little bit bigger with the extra spacious room better? Um, or do you like it a little bit tighter of a fit? What do you think about the D-rings? Do the D-rings sound like the best option, or does anybody have other ideas? You can also, if you want to just comment in the comments section below this video, just throw in your ideas and thoughts and questions and comments and where are you needing to hang this pouch in your life? And okay, cool. Yeah, show us the dimensions, Lexi.
I don't know if you heard that, but my dogs just heard a I don't even know what outside and just decided to have themselves a time. So yeah, we're at about mm, 14 and 3/4 of an inch long. So I'm thinking
For comparison, can you just show how long the pad is too?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's, I was gonna say, if I had to guess, I would say 12 inches. And it is. So, um, again, like what I have in this all by itself is like my phone, for example. So like I just shove that in there, so that's all like protected. So then when I put it inside the pouch, it's a very easy thing to, slide in there. And like I said, I got plenty of room. So I think probably removing like an inch and a half, but no more. I don't want to go like crazy small. So like that would make it, maybe just even an inch, not even an inch and a half. So like it's a minimal amount, but it'll be like perfect. That's my idea anyway. So
That's great. And I will just say this because it popped into my mind. There's most of the people that are running protocols at home are using a small-ish burner phone that I recommend on the website. I just link to where you can buy like the blue track phone and just use Wi-Fi to use anyway. But some people do have tablets actually, and I didn't think about that. So like at some it might be worth at some point, and you guys can comment below if you think that it is worth it to have a size option that would actually be big enough for a tablet. And then
totally.
we don't have to worry about I mean, I think that would be a great thing because that's the biggest challenge I have from the most of the humans that I treat. They're like, well, it's cool. I use my tablet because what else am I using my tablet for? But I just sit it beside my bed and I never take it around because it's too bulky and annoying to work with. So, I mean, even with this model, you could like clip it to your belt potentially. If I guess that's still a little cumbersome and big with a tablet, but yeah, anyway, just to throw that out there too.
Maybe something you can, I mean, I do like a shoulder bag. That's usually how I like go out to the store or whatever. Like I feel like if we did a shoulder bag, PEMF bag that was for like an iPad, eye care iPad.
So cool. Yeah, that would totally work. So, if anybody's interested in that, let us know because we'll probably start with this prototype a little bit on the smaller side just to kind of accommodate the phones and then we can go from there. But that's a really interesting thought. I like the bag, like the stylish little sling bag. Any other questions you would ask people about what they want in this pouch?
Yeah, I guess I just like as I was talking, so like I'm still kind of committed to this like no seam idea. So what I was thinking was um I can attach this tab just like in a different way that would make it more like it goes maybe all the way down and around, almost like a belt strap or something that's kind of supporting the whole thing. And then it would look more, because I just don't like the way this looks. It just doesn't look very finished. But the idea behind it I like, right? Like the lack of seams makes it more waterproof than it would be if I had seams everywhere.
Yeah. I love
So
the idea of it, this like of the strip going all the way down
yeah,
or maybe even all the way up. It kind of makes it look cooler almost, like
yeah, yeah. Give it
style.
some kind of design for sure.
That's neat.
So yeah, I'm curious to see what people are interested in. Did they like I would think as a pet owner for the concern of this is a very expensive piece of equipment that we want to protect, I would be more concerned about lack of seams rather than the way it looks, but we can find the happy medium. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking
We can have
anyways.
it all. I love that idea. Awesome. Anything else that you're curious about? I'm so excited that we're that we're doing this, and I think it'll be
Yeah.
fun to just hear what people's feedback is and what people think and what people need. And I can think of a couple individuals who have been like waiting for this for a while, and so I'm
Oh,
imagining there's going to be some people with some ideas, which is great.
good. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think if it becomes a collaborative and just continue to be collaborative and it can evolve over time, right? Because the needs will continue to evolve as this becomes something that more and more people are interested in doing and do it with more and more patience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as far as like how people can order or reach out to you, we'll have a link on resonantequus.com/shop. That's where all of the other equipment, like replacement dongles and sticky pads and all the things live on that page. And there will be a section that you can order these once they've been made. But if people want to reach out to you in the meantime, Lexi, is there a preferred way? Like, I definitely want to say your Instagram handle and then,
Yeah. Yeah, so my Instagram handle is Lexi Sews Stuff with periods in between the words. Lexi Sews Stuff.
So let me spell it. Lexi dot SEWS dot STUFF. So
Yes.
cool. And then can people message you there? Is that a
Yeah,
good way for
absolutely.
people?
Absolutely. And I think it's linked to my Facebook. But yeah, I mean, me and Jesse are in contact most days, so I would assume if you need to get in contact with me, she can hook you up, give you
Definitely.
VIP access.
VIP access to my sister. Love it. Well, Lexi, love you. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for
thank
chatting
you
with
so much.
me. I'm so excited. It's really fun
Yeah.
to see your creations. Like that little prototype is already really cool, and as you refine it, it's going to be so good. So very
Wow.
excited. Thanks so
Thank you for
much.
having me.
Yeah. We'll reconnect after we get a little feedback and go from there. Thanks
Sounds good.
everybody for watching. Bye.